this tutorial, we will be learning how to create panels in SPI. For this example, we'll be creating a junction box. To create a junction box, we'll go to the Domain Explorer, click Panels by Category, and go to the Junction Boxes folder. We'll then right-click, click New, and click Junction Box Generic. The Junction Box Properties window will open, and we'll name our panel FJB101 and then click OK. Our junction box has now been created. We can add terminal strips by right-clicking our box, clicking New, and clicking Terminal Strip. The Terminal Strip configuration window will open. Here we can select our configuration for our terminal strip. Notice that there are plenty of different configurations. These strip configurations have been previously defined by the owner of the database. This section contains the characteristics of our terminal strip. We have the total number of terminals on our strip here, the starting number for the first terminal of our terminal strip, how many terminals per channel, and the option for the first channel number, which is only available when working with I/O cards belonging to a DCS or PLC panel. On the right, we have the terminal numbering pattern section. The prefix column allows you to type in a prefix. Checking off the incremented column will increment the terminal number within the pattern. Checking off the numbered column will make the number of the terminal appear between the prefix and the suffix. The orientation column allows you to select a connection orientation, and lastly, you can select a terminal type here. Once our strip configuration is set, we'll click Create. We'll name our terminal strip TS1 and click OK. We can now open our junction box by right-clicking, clicking Actions, and clicking Connection, and FJB101 will open. Now, say that we need another junction box with one terminal strip. Instead of creating a panel like the way we did previously, panels can also be created through duplication. To duplicate a panel, we'll go to the panel that we want duplicated. We'll right-click that panel and click Duplicate. The Junction Box Properties window will open, and we'll name our junction box FJB102. Our new junction box has been created, and we can open it to see our new junction box. Now we'll be learning how to print panel reports in SPI. Before we get started, we need to set our printer and page settings. We'll click File and click Printer Setup to set up our default printer. In addition, we can go to File, Page Setup to set how we want our reports to display. Now that we've set our printer and page preferences, we can click on the panel you want the report for, right-click, and click on Reports. There are three options for our panel reports. The first is Panel Strip with Adjacent Connections. This report shows the selected junction box strip in the middle of the report, the cables connected to the left and right side of the selected strip, and the cable terminations on the opposite side of the cables. The next two options are Panel Strip without Adjacent Connections Style 1 and Style 2. These options will not show the adjacent connections from the field and control system, and will only show the junction box strip in the middle and the connections made to that strip. We'll now click Panel Strip with Adjacent Connections to open our panel report. We'll click Yes to print preview, and the panel report for our box will open. Here is the report for our panel. If the revision needs to be updated, this can be done by clicking the revisions icon on the bottom toolbar, and the revision can be updated accordingly. We can also click the Next Page button on the bottom toolbar to switch from page to page. Lastly, we have two options for printing. Print will print only the current page that is shown in the preview window. The other option, Print All, comes into play when you have print previewed multiple reports or multiple strips, and this will print out all of those reports.